Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, my name's Vanessa and I appreciate you tuning in. So today's video is going to be all about love. So it is February and Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Boo or no boo, we're talking about love today. So we're going to be jumping into the different types of love and then the 5 different love languages. So let's get into the video. So we're talking about love languages today and the different types of love. So we're going to jump into love types first. So there are 8 different ones we're recognizing today, and they are of Greek origin. So the first one is mania. So starting with mania, mania is obsessive love. So this is a type of love that consumes like your thoughts, everything that you're doing. Like it also affects your decision making. So mania is just like an all-consuming type of love. So think of, for example, like how a stalker is obsessed with someone. That's a type of mania love. So the second love we're going to talk about is eros love or passionate love. An example of eros love would be like boyfriend and girlfriend. It's often thought of for romantic relationships. So that's an example of eros love. So the third love we'll talk about is philia. So that is friendship love. That can be between like good friends, best friends, co-workers, things in that nature, and it's also just shared goodwill between 2 or more people. The fourth love type is storge or storgy, depending on who you ask. So this is familial love, so this is between siblings, and it's also specifically emphasized in the parent-child relationship. This is just a step above filial love with that familiar love. Familial just is like a step above because the relationship is a little bit deeper. The 5th type of love is agape love or universal love. A good example of this is God's love between him and his children. So just that also parent-child relationship, but it's just like an all-encompassing type of love. So the 6th love type is ludus. So this is playful love. It can be categorized when like people are just flirting, non-committed love, just like, I don't want to say wishy-washy, but just like non-serious love. So maybe an example of this for our culture is like talking to someone. Ludus love. I'm not coming for anyone, I swear, but like that is an example of ludus love. For love type number 7, it is pragma love. So this is practical, enduring type of love. So this is like love out of reason, out of duty for someone else. So this can also be seen in marriage sometimes. I'm not saying that this is the only love for marriage. Marriage has different types of love, but just like that enduring type of, like this is a sense of duty to love someone. Love is sacrifice. So that's a good example of how pragma love works. All right, so for our 8th and final love type is going to be philasha. I have to say that slowly because I kept butchering it. But philasha. Philasha is under philia love. So this is self-love. And this is particularly interesting because this can be a healthy or unhealthy love. Practicing self-love is great and I totally 10 out of 10 recommend it, but just make sure that it is healthy and not unhealthy because it can turn into hubris a little bit if you get into like the self-conceit level of self-love. But self-love is our final love type. So just wanted to start out the video just explaining the different types of love. They overlap, they intertwine, and it is specific to Greek culture, so not everyone might recognize it, but it's just a way to categorize different types of love, and a lot of the time they grow out of one another, so just something to keep in mind. So now we're going to get into our love languages. All right, y'all, now we're about to get into the love languages. I don't have a better word, but I love love languages. This is something that I found a passion for in college and I really just enjoyed learning about it and telling other people about it. You know how in class or at work, the icebreaker where they're like, oh, what's a topic you could talk about or a presentation you could give on the fly? This is it. This is mine. So we about to get into these love languages, y'all. So let's get into it. So there are 5 different types of love languages, okay? So it is words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, physical touch, and quality time. So those are the 5 different love languages. And these different love languages are how you give and receive love. Okay, so I just wanted to explain the love languages a little bit more before we jump into everything. So first, words of affirmation, verbally affirming whatever someone did. So you could say, oh, you did a really good job on that project, or thank you so much for being here with me today. So like letting them know how you reacted to what they did for you. Next will be acts of service. So doing something for someone else. So that could be washing the dishes for someone, taking their dog out for a walk, just doing something that they have to do for them. So then, frees up their time, whatever the case may be. And we have receiving gifts. Could be like big luxurious gifts, like a car, some Fendi, I don't know. You can give me Chick-fil-A, and that's a beautiful gift. That's a beautiful gift right there. So just giving gifts to someone. And we have quality time. So also self-explanatory, but just enjoying another person's company. So just spending time with one another and just doing something you love together. Or honestly, just being in the same space, just quality time, spending time together. Okay, then lastly, we have physical touch. So physical touch, again, these are self-explanatory, but I just didn't want to pour out information and not explain anything. So physical touch is physical touch. So let's keep going. So I just mentioned the 5 different love language types. So you can take an online quiz to find out what your love language is. It'll ask you a series of questions, and then at the end, it'll rank out the love languages, the 5 different ones. So the top one, like your highest ranking score, would be your primary love language. And so that one is just essentially how you receive and give love. So for me, when I took it, I think I had like 2 ties. It was like one between the 2 that I got. So I got quality time and physical touch. I love quality time, like receiving and giving quality time. And then the second was physical touch. But I'm a little weird because like I'm like a physical person with other people. Like I'll give hugs, I'll like pat you in the back, high five, whatever. But like if I don't know you like that, I don't like physical touch, if that makes sense. So like good friends, for like relationships, like I like physical touch in that compass, but not like just like randomly. So it just depends on the person as well. And so then with love languages, it's great because you can take the quiz for platonic or romantic relationships. And so you can find out how that relationship can improve by knowing these love languages. And then it's really fun because the quiz is short and easy to do. Maybe bring it out for Valentine's Day if you want. And then there's also a book you can read that goes much deeper into the different types of love languages. And so you can really hone in on that, and don't feel obligated to have to do it with someone. Find out for yourself just so you can better communicate with whoever you're talking to. So that's a great thing to do. And there's also like 5 love languages conferences going around too. So I'll link the website down below, but you can go to a conference with someone or by yourself just to find out more about love languages in general. And then there's even a radio show with Dr. Gary Chapman. He's the author of 5 love languages. So this is a great tool, resource for you to use. So I just want to encourage all my viewers to find out your love language and see how you can better communicate and receive love from people. So happy early Valentine's Day to everyone out there. Much love. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to comment down below what your love language is after you take the quiz. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you guys next time. Oh, we're not doing the fingers again. Oh, affirmation. And I've forgotten. Did I already say 5? Ah, dang it. So that's another way. That's another explanation of a love language. And the final one is, bruh, I just need to do these in order. Like I know them. I promise I know them.